Well, good morning everyone. Thanks for tuning in to Grumpus on Fire. I'm Grumpus. Today we're going to be doing pork butts, low and slow. Alright, I got two 10-pound pork butts here we're going to cook today. I've just rinsed them off. We're going to trim some of this loose hang stuff off so it doesn't burn. This doesn't have a whole lot of fat on it, so I'm just going to leave that alone, but I am going to come through some of this stuff here that's kind of loose. It's just going to hang off and burn. Some of this loose stuff here, I don't want to chew on that, so we'll get rid of it. This didn't look too bad. Any big heavy spots of fat you might want to trim out. Anything discolored, it's got quite a bit of fat running through the meat, so you're not going to have to worry about cutting too much fat off. That looks pretty good already. Let me open this up a little bit. Some silver skin right here. Since I'm here, I'll just go ahead and grab it. Hope you guys can see that. I'm still working in my shadow. I'm trying to decide what I need to do about getting some lights here in the kitchen. I think that looks pretty good. Might as well take that little piece off. Oh, that looks pretty clean to me. Well, let's rub this down. The rub I'm using today is Zach's Barbecue Sweet Rub. This got a lot of sugar in it. Goes real good with this pork. We use this a lot around here. We really like it. Pat it a little bit with a stick. We want to make sure we get these edges. I think we're going to cook fat side up today. The last ones I did on my new pit, but did fat side down. So we'll try it and see which way works out the best in that pit. So since I'm going fat side up, I'm going to give this a pretty liberal coat. I missed an end. Alright, let that sweat just a few minutes. I'll roll it around on the rest of this stuff on the pan and pick it up. I'm gonna go check my fire, come back, do the other pork butt, but I've got 2 today. Then I guess I'll see you out at the pit. Alright, it looks like the pit's about ready. The temperatures on the lower shelf on the right is at 265. On the left we're looking at 270. The top where we're going to put our butts looks like about 240. And people want to know what the vertical is, even if I'm not using it. So for you guys, here we are sitting at the bottom at 235, and at the top we are at 230. A lot of you guys seem to be interested in the fires I build, so I'll let you take a peek inside. Let me open the door. Look, got a nice bed of lump charcoal going. Started about an hour ago. We're running pecan today. I don't know if you can see the smoke or not, but we've got some light blue, very good smoke. I let these pork butts sit out on the counter for about 15 minutes while I tended the fire. You can see they've sweated really nice. They're both within an ounce or 2 of being 10 pounds each. So on my pit, the way I've got my tuning set up, the hot side is on the left. So I'm going to put the thick part of the pork butts pointed toward the left, and then halfway through the cook I'll reverse them so we get a nice even cook. Alright, we're at 255 the top center, and we're at 265 bottom right. So I think I'm going to put the thick side of this pork butt towards the firebox. That seems to be run a little bit warmer than the rest. I'm going to do that on both of them. I'll leave a little space between them. I don't want them touching because I want my bark to form all the way around nice and evenly. And there we go. Well, it's been 2 hours. Let's take a look and see how we're looking. Oh yeah, I'm just coming along nice. Alright, I've got some apple cider vinegar and apple juice. I'm going to wet these down a little bit. Like I said, they've been on 2 hours, so I think I'm going to go ahead and stick my probes in it. Got good color. Let's go ahead and get the probes put in. Alright, we're at the 3 hour mark. Let's check how these are doing. Ah, nice. Give these another spritz. This butt here on the left is reading 126 internal. One on the right's reading 134. So we still got a little ways to go. Check this in another hour. Well, we are at the 4-hour mark. Give these another spritz. Internal temperature on the one on the right is 150. One on the left about 136. So I'll probably let this one on the left get up close to 150, 155. Then I'll pull them both, wrap them, and then reverse where they're laying on the shelf, and that way it even out the heat a little bit. But we're looking pretty good. Alright guys, for those of you that are interested, let me give you the temps of the vertical smoker right now. I don't have anything in it, but it gets hot with everything else. So at the top of the vertical we're reading right at 225, and if we go down to the bottom it is also reading right at 225. Now if we go back over here to the right on horizontal, we are at 240. And to the left, we are at 260. And up here where our meat's at, let's see if I can get my glasses to focus in here. It looks like we're right at 225. I said all that to say all this. People are wondering about the efficiency of this Lone Star grill. Let me show you what I've been burning. About a month ago I bought a whole cord of pecan wood, and I've got it in a wood rack at work. I brought home all the nasty, gnarly stuff that won't fit on the rack or stack very good. So they're pretty big chunks, not very uniform in size. But this pit's been running now for 5 hours. I started up this morning with 2 logs and 2 chimneys of lump charcoal. I have added 4 more sticks today. So that's a total of 6 sticks that we're burning in a 5-hour period. My old Oklahoma Joe, I would burn that much in just a couple hours. I mean, I chase temperatures with that thing all day. I just thought I'd let you all know. A lot of people are interested in the temps and the spread on a big pit like this, and I'm telling you, you can throw meat anywhere on this pit that you want and not worry about burning stuff up. So for what it's worth, there you go guys. Alright folks, we're at hour 5 and it looks like it's time to wrap. I'm expecting to leave these wrapped until I hit an internal temperature of somewhere around probably 202, 205. We'll probe them, make sure they're ready, but generally that's the temp that's a pretty good guide. So let me get these wrapped up. Alright, let's get these wrapped. Alright, we're going to wrap these double so that in case one of them tears, the other one will catch it, hold all these juices in. Give this one last good spritz. You can tell they're ready to wrap when you start getting a little crack on the fat. If you don't have a thermal pin or a good thermometer, that's a good indication if you're just going by sight. we'll set this one aside because I want to put it on the right side, and I'll move the right one over to the left side so we can get a little bit even cooked at this last stage. Well, that feels pretty good already. I know it's got a little ways to go. There we go. Still got our thick end closest to the firebox. Put this one right here. Put this one right here. Alright, we'll monitor these temps, and as soon as we get up around 200 we'll probe it, see how she looks. Alright, let's open this up and see what we ended up with. We cooked for a total of 8 hours. It has been resting for about an hour and a half. Let's see what we got here. Sure smells good. Yeah, look at that. See there, my hand's in the way. There's a lot of juice there on the bottom. Check that bone out. Look at here. Well, that's a clean bone. And that is still smoking hot. Oh yeah. Oh, that's gorgeous. Might have to let that cool off a little bit though. Just give me a little piece here that I can try it. Oh yeah, we're eating good this week. I'll tell you what, let me get some different gloves on. Let's go ahead and pull this apart. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. I had to go get me some insulated gloves. This is really hot. Well, I want to try to save, let me get rid of this bone. I want to try to save the juice. So I'm going to pull this and then pour that juice back in it. Look at this. I mean, that's beautiful. Look at that. That's going to make some great sandwiches. Wife and I, we like to put this pulled pork on baked potatoes. It works real good. So we got enough different ways to cook this through this week that we don't have to have the same thing twice, but we can sure tear up pork butt in about a week's time. Oh, look at that. Yeah, still got some texture to it. Not overcooked. Let's get in there and get some of this bark. I gotta try a piece of this. Well, I'll tell you what, for a store-bought rub, that is some really good rub. That Zax, we use them here. It's a local grocery store. Zax is a little company, I think is in Deer Park, Pasadena. Just maybe 30 miles from where I live, so it's really good. Boy, that is just so moist. Look at this. Well, I'm going to shred the rest of this stuff, and then I'll be right back with some final thoughts. But look at this. Isn't that gorgeous? Alright, I'm going to go back with just a little bit more of this rub. Mix that in real well. Now, if it was just me eating this, I would go ahead and put some barbecue sauce in this. It really doesn't need it. The wife likes hers without barbecue sauce, so I'll just put mine on as I eat it. Alright, I'm gonna let that cool. Cover it up, get it in the refrigerator. First I'm gonna make me a sandwich. So how good did that meat look? We expected good results from the pork butts, and we weren't disappointed. That new pit does an excellent job. Hey, if you liked what we did today, hit that like button. If you hadn't subscribed yet, go ahead and do that. We sure appreciate it. And we especially appreciate you tuning in. So this is Grumpus. We'll see you next time.